Richie, thanks for joining us. Sense of deja vu, another point from a winning position.
Yeah, but we should have been out of sight. We should have been 2 or 3 up, and we shouldn't let their goal. It's a bad mistake. Obviously, we should deal with it down in the left-hand corner. It's a bad mistake, and we should deal with it. And apart from before that, there was no danger at all. But then obviously you're playing against a club that are fighting for their lives. The atmosphere is good. They've got a new manager, and he's trying to change the momentum of the club, and you could sense that. So. In the end, what the biggest frustration is when we do what we planned on doing, because it's pretty clear today, then we look to fret. When we've done it quick and at a tempo, the goals are a really good example. I think you can get either side of Silla, because he's asked to do too much to find the opposite tens, and we've done that for the goal. Paul Smith was in numerous times in the first half, but we just need to these little moments. Mainly from like you look at Sween's, he's done great. Sween's done great, but little moments where he's just got to hook the ball on. You see their goal; it's just a long ball down the channel. Instead, he's taking a touch, and he'll grow. He'll get better. He'll improve. Just little decision making. I thought our game management was not good in the last 15 minutes.
Paul Smith took his goal so well and named to double figures now.
Yeah, well done to him. We worked on that, playing on the outside of their back three, and we didn't do it enough. Even I think Paul should be coming away with an hat-trick today if we see the pass quicker. But I've said it all along, we are nowhere near the finished article. We've got so much improvement in us, and if the players take on board a little bit more, then we'll improve. And it sort of sounds unbelievable in the position that we're in, but we've got so much improvement in us.
Is Paul okay? He seemed to pick up a knock.
Yeah, he just felt something. He got a kick on his ankle, so he obviously went down. He wanted to come off, so I think that's probably 2 games now that our substitutes has not really come on and had the impact that we want. So again, that's another area where we need to improve.
And the reason for those substitutions, particularly in Jayden Sweeney, was that because of an injury?
No, his decision making wasn't good enough in the last 10 minutes, and it's like you don't want to take him off, but you can see that the threat. You look at Jordan's a little bit different. He brought McDonald on, and the 2 or 3 occasions where Jordan stayed on the 1v1, he went past him and cut inside. I don't mind people beating you on the outside. They can't be cutting and having shots. But we knew that Jordan would become leggy, and we had Rob Hunt to give us half an hour if needed. And I thought Hunty would come back, and he's never been away. Obviously it's difficult for Jamie there, but we just wanted to be a little bit more solid. But I think more than anything, we stopped playing it. With 20 minutes ago, we stopped playing, and I want them to be brave. And I know the pitches are bobbly and it's difficult to play on, but we wasn't brave enough to play, and we should have been.
Back-to-back games against sides fighting for league survival and coming up are teams at the other end of the table, starting with Carlisle.
Maybe it'll stimulate us more. And by the way, it's not easy coming into places like you look at Gillingham, Colchester. They've all picked up the totally different teams to what they was at the start of the season. And you look at this club here. John's coming now. I think he's had 5 games, 5 draws. And he said it in his pre-match meet. This is a difficult place to go. You know, our fans are unbelievable to come all that way in the numbers that they did. It's a difficult place to go, and people have to take that into consideration. That it's a season, and when you play a season, you need so many wins, so many draws, and you have so many defeats. So I think it's not a bad point. We would have liked 3. We should have got 3 in the manner. First 17 minutes was nothing really against us. I can't remember. And obviously the game does change, but we need to handle the momentum of the game a little bit better, and our game management and decision making needs to be better. But more than anything, be a bit braver.
And it is important to pick up points when probably the team isn't playing at their best.
Well, Dave, it'll get to the season where people will drop points unexpectedly. Yeah, and when people get there and they can see the line, they'll have a wobble. And just like when you get this situation where clubs are fighting for their lives, they can play for freedom because it's almost expected. Once they've got a few points now and it becomes close, that's when nervous moments start. But in the first 70 minutes, I didn't feel any anxiety from our team. We could have been better. Like I say, the pitch is difficult, a difficult place to come. And I think if we just defend that ball into the channel well, there was no real danger in the game. But once you allow a ball to bounce and then a big striker to lean in and cross it, the ricochet doesn't go our way. And to be fair, the lad puts it away well. But then it's a little bit of a different game, and that's where you need to see leaders, not in running round and shouting, just by making right decisions, by being composed. If it's on to put him behind, put him behind. If it's on to take a touch, just to slow the game down and keep possession. We didn't do that in the last 20 minutes, slow the game down and keep possession, for my liking enough.
How's Theo? Will he be available for Carlisle?
I'm not sure. It might be a week too early. We're probably looking at the weekend after, if he is to be fit. He's quite a strange injury, so feels a big loss, because in his press he knows exactly what he's worked with us for a long time now. But in Smith, Ruel, Monks and Sads, we have 4 of the best players in the league for that position. They need to step up, they need to do more, especially Sads today. Disappointed when he come onto the pitch, didn't give us enough. Should have seen the picture quick enough before they scored. We should be running through on goal. Instead we can see the goal. But no, the 4 players that I really like, you watch them in training, they're so good, and we just need to replicate that in a game.
And looking ahead to that Carlisle game, in terms of the pitch, it was something that you were concerned about last weekend, and there's a couple of games this weekend.
Yeah, there's 2 games this weekend, but I think the weather's picked up in terms of getting a little bit of sun in it so the grass can grow. I'm hoping that by the time we play there next week, there's a little bit more grass growing in it, so there's a little bit more, the ball will comfort a bit more, and obviously then we can water it. But at the moment it's just dry and a bit bare in patches. So I've not watched the women's game, it was Tottenham, so I'll have a look and hopefully the pitch will be a little bit better.
Thanks, Richie.
No
Thank
problem.
you.